If you turn to my right, you can watch paint dry. All right, let me get my thoughts in order. We are go time. My favorite position to draw in, or like anything, is I have to be like cross-legged in my chair. And I think that's why it's like torn up in terrible ways. Okay, this is gonna be an interesting one. Let's just go in head first. I don't know what to expect really. I convinced myself that it'll be engaging, and I think my content has kind of like lacked that obvious broad appeal, as Pixar puts it. Anyways, I'll stop like avoiding the subject. Today we are going to be drawing my concerning crushes. Except there's caveats. I'll be honest, like I'm not just some gooner. So what constitutes a crush for me is kind of different, maybe. I could be like putting words out there, but I'm like pretty much asexual. So I get what is called a squish, which I hate the term. But it basically is like, it's a weird obsession with a character, and it doesn't have to be anything beyond that. If anything, it's just gonna be like a romantic interest situation. Then again, you know, there are the exceptions. I'll just say entry 2 is probably the hottest character for me. Oh God. So bad already. I'm doing 3 today, and they are going to be getting just progressively more weird and cringe and concerning in the way that like, okay dude, you need to log off. You need to get some real baddies. But yeah, that's what I mean by concerning. This isn't like exposing myself. Okay, let's start with number 1. I didn't want to like immediately lose all my viewers. This is gonna be like a little bit of a surprise to at least anyone who knows me and like kind of knows what I'm all about. But number 1 is Alastor from Hazbin Hotel. This is one that kind of like waned. Like there was a moment where I was like, damn, okay, Tumblr sexy man, I get it now. Which a lot of people will complain that he's like trying to be a Tumblr sexy man. And you know, I don't really take issue with that. Like it's pulled off very well, in my opinion. I was immediately drawn to him when I heard his radio voice. Hi, I'm Bi, by the way. I'm Bi and Ace. I'm not particularly involved in the Hazbin Hotel fandom. I watched the series, of course, and I actually have a pretty high opinion of just the way it came out. Obviously, there's some Vivzy pop drama that's been taking the rounds as of late. Probably not just as of late, it's probably a whole closet full of skeletons that have always been there. It is very hard to draw and talk at the same time, but I did it once. I kind of like want to recapture that energy because it's when the best, most awkward moments come out, I think. I think I'm just gonna do like half torsos here. That's another thing, I'm going into this very blind. I didn't come up with like a concept yet for how I wanted these to look, and it's already presenting a challenge because you can't just draw someone like Alastor in just a blank-eyed staring pose. He's got this energy that you have to capture. I cannot pause this? Really? Excuse me? I literally said that as I had burps. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the Vivzy pop drama, Spindle Horse and all that, because it's impossible to ignore. But I just want to get ahead in here first. Like, I need a direction with this first one. Give me just like a moment of silence, I guess. All right, what are we doing? Are we doing this? Are we doing that? Does that look okay? I think I'm going with this. It's not that ambitious, but it doesn't have to be. Part of like my main problem is, this is gonna sound like I'm gloating, I'm not. I'm a little too ambitious with any kind of new piece. I'm trying to like experiment, do something different. But yeah, that like kills consistency, like really bad. It's how I've been able to learn as an artist, but it's not very presentable. I think you should always be doing something new. Like, don't be in it just for the attention you get on social media. I think we should reserve a big chunk of the artist's journey for experimenting, doing things different every time. And then like maybe once you get a groove and like start feeling like it's actually fun, it's something you do in your leisurely time, that's when you should probably think about consistency a little bit more if you're trying to market yourself on social media. Okay, this cheek is gonna be weird. It's my style. No, you're just bad. No, something is off about this head. Look, I'm a little rusty. Oh my gosh, you whiny boy. You whiny boy. I'm already giving him an interesting head, but it's not good. I don't know what this is. Yeah, I want to like go a little bit stylized here, but I'm overthinking. Oh my gosh. All right, I'll let you out. What in the world? Is this what we're doing? And then he's gonna be like holding his staff or what is this? What is this thing? I want to be like, you know, versed in my 1920s, 1910s radio equipment, you know? I didn't want to do like too much of the torso, but the staff is making things a little bit tricky on that end. I'm just gonna call it the staff, shut up. All my pieces look messy right from the get-go. This is not the state I'm going to leave this piece in by any means. At this point, I think only I know what's going on in these strokes. Let's see. In order to just like fit everything in the way I want it, I think I'm gonna have to do some foreshortening. Yeah, that hand's not making any sense, but it will. I'm just getting the general shape. For the outfit, I decided to go with the pilot outfit, just kind of as an homage to the original cast of creators. I'm not doing a fan art for Bknapp, I'm doing a fan art for everyone that made Hazbin Hotel possible. Because like I said, I actually think, I don't know why, it's just cool to hate on Hazbin Hotel as a project. It was cool even back in the pilot days. I remember going on Twitter after the pilot was released and, you know, I thought it was amazing. I was like, wow, this thing is just like opening my mind to the world of indie media and the character designs and everything. It was just such a good vibe. And then I go on Twitter and people are like making a stink out of the stupidest things possible. And now with the first season being released on Prime, now like there's good reason, I guess, to be more critical. Plus, one of the things most people take issue with is the firing of all the voice actors and rehiring of this like Broadway cast. Some people will say, oh, that's just business, but if you go more in depth, it was kind of a spit in your face moment, to put it lightly, for all those guys. All right, time to add this guy a nose. It's this kind of like upturned little dainty nose. I like it. Yeah, I always do like realistic proportion eyes, but that is not the style of Bknapp. Bknapp, I'm slurring. And not that I'm trying to emulate her style, I'm just trying to like capture the likeness of Alastor. God knows how many people have seen just one of Bknapp's works and just like completely copied her designs. This is probably one of those like exceptionally messy starts. Oh, that looks creepy, dude. It looks so demented. This is more embarrassing than like anything else that's gonna happen today. My chair is squeaking. I don't know if that's picking up, but yeah, it's very squeaky. My chair is about dead, and I only have had it for just over a year. Some cheap crap that I'm sitting on. Okay, maybe we gotta get him pupils so he doesn't have this like gaping void for an eye, which in this case, it adds like so much to the creep factor that I'm getting. I stand corrected. This is so much worse. I think once he has hair, and I don't know why I'm stalling so bad, it's gonna be a whole different story. Do I like add definition to the ears? Because they're kind of just like an extension of the hair. Now, my style is a little more realistic than most people who are doing fan arts of Hazbin Hotel would probably do. I love the cartoony style, but that's, you know, capturing motifs and stuff in as little lines like possible. That's never been my strong suit. Are we still recording? Call me crazy, but this is actually starting to look like him. Then he's got like this angel dust thing going on with his hair right here, and I don't know what hair like this is doing on a person. Like it's just kind of fanning out like that, but you know, that's why it's a challenge, especially for my self-esteem. Okay, let's finish this part up. Give you that like Mowgli hair. You know what I'm talking about? He's kind of got that Mowgli hair. That is a lot of bedhead, sir. All right, that's good enough. Oh, I'm missing an ear. Why didn't anyone tell me? It's kind of got like a squirrel thing going on with his ears, which I know because one of my Sonas is a part squirrel. All right, now what I'm gonna do is run away. Oh, should we get his monocle in before I leave? Yeah, Tumblr sexy man for real. This is so not my style. All right, I'm back. I decided, I just gave in. I had to give him some legs. He was already like doing a black parade. Then I added the right leg just resting on top of the left leg. So now we are ready to begin lining. Whoop-de-doo. This facial expression is very menacing. Let's fix that. If you actually clicked on this for the art, like this is probably what you came to see, is like the facial construction. I usually like to start with the nose for some reason. It's just like a habit I've developed. This time I've kind of gone in with the chin. I was so convinced that I wasn't gonna be able to finish this one today because I was running into some what the F network issues. Obviously I can't complain given the situation in North Carolina right now. I feel like Alastor's like one character that it looks so easy to replicate, but Vivzy Pop and her team just have like this formula that just works so well, and I cannot crack that. Let's add the shadow of like the interior of the mouth. That'll kind of help me. Usually I don't do shadows in the line stage, but sometimes I have to like see things better. I kind of like that. I do. Shut up. You're freaking the kiddies out. Kitties. Kids should not be here. I'm so scared to draw the pupils because that like just throws everything off. No, we're not doing the pupils yet. I'm just a wuss. I kind of imagine like he does his eyelashes. So let's do that because this is kind of my headcanon too. We like a good genderqueer girly over here. I just realized, like, I've been out of frame this whole time. I mean, I think I'm stuck with that. Whoa, hello. Flip the canvas. Yeah, we're flipping it the way we should. I'm gonna quote unquote cheat here. Just kind of mess this around a little bit. To our liking. God, I channel Keenan Lafferty way too much. Yeah? I don't know. All right, I think I'm confident enough to where I can add the pupils. I actually like to add the highlights at this stage, so I tend to do a little something like that.
I almost don't think you'd see this other pupil. Or iris, I should say. No, that looks good. I didn't even mention this, but obviously one of the biggest reasons why I'm probably drawn to this character so much is because he's ace, canonically, which we don't get enough of that. You'll hear every asexual person say the same thing because it's true. We don't get enough representation. So, yeah. The whole, I know you're an ice in the hole bit was just like, yes. Yes, we got it, you know? It was our moment. And then it passed. Oh my gosh, every time I like draw one eyelid, I'm like tempted to make them do like the eyebrow thing. And I gotta push that away, because then I'd have to like change things, you know? I'd have to do that. Oh my gosh, why does it look good? I can't, man, now I'm like actually tempted. Now I'm like not even kidding around. Let's just see what it looks like the way I had it intended. Now he kind of looks like a shy boy. I think we got it, dude. Now I'm like really seeing him. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna, and this like crease that happens between like when there's a very intense expression, like in the fulcrum, I'm gonna call it a fulcrum, knowing that that's like supposedly here. This is where the fulcrum is. It can be kind of easy to get lost in what to do here. And do I really have the answers? I don't know. That looks right. That looks great, actually. Does it, dude? It's looking like Alastor, though. Hondo percento mundo. And I'm gonna cheat a little. Of course, I don't mean that literally whenever I use this brush. It can be easy to become like dependent on tools like this. Liquify tool is what Clip Studio Paint calls it. But I mean, it's there at your disposal. You might as well use it. That's kind of my takeaway there. I'm flip-flopping between my reference images. I'm studying Alastor in his most simplified form and then deconstructing what I think his like most iconic traits are. Oh no, be careful not to give him Donald Trump hair. Don't say that name in my house. I'm just doing these like little strokes. What was that accent? Cut that out. I'm just doing... This is how I react when like the cameras are on me. Like I just keep entering new territory. I missed a crucial bit where his hair does this thing. See, it's so unnatural. Like I said, like what? You'd have to like gel your hair and have it swoop out like that freaking Street Fighter style that the one guy has. Did I change my brush? How did I do that? All right, I'm like really hesitating to know what to do with this hair. It looks good, but then it does something like this. Then it does something like this. Just pick one. Oh my god. I think I have to bring this down a little bit. Just all of this. I've never drawn a Tumblr sexy man. Besides... No. Is Bugs Bunny a Tumblr sexy man? I think he kind of fits. And if you've made it this far in the video, I'll let you in on a little secret, even though I expect to make more in this series. Bugs Bunny is very up there. I don't know what it is. And I think people are starting to realize. I think people are waking up to just how hot boy material Bugs Bunny is. And I have drawn him on a few occasions now. Alright, add some texture here.
Okay. I apologize for the audio inconsistencies. My battery died in my microphone. So I've done part of the torso. It's really getting there. I'm really happy. However, I thought I'd chime in here to kind of go over a little bit of my process. One thing I was kind of realizing it here is one of the biggest issues, I guess, or I don't know, strifes I have with the actual character design language of Vizzy Pops is just the spindliness. Like, none of these bodies look like they have like substance. I don't know if I'd call that like an issue, because like I still think these designs are phenomenal. Or how do I really explain? Like they're barely even living, breathing beings. Like I can't relate in that aspect to them. And I know they're like demon entities or whatever, but like you have to kind of have the human element in your characters. That was all a roundabout way to say that I've decided to give him a more substantial arm. I think the torso is actually the biggest thing I had the problem with, but like it's also a major part of his character, so I'm not gonna get rid of it. I'm not gonna give him a realistic torso. I'm gonna lean realistic, but that's definitely not realistic. If you think this is like body standards, sis, you need to see things differently. I was really trying to tiptoe on how to say that without sounding insensitive to like eating disorders. All right, there's his tattered suit. It's leg time, my dudes. What am I, a millennial? I'm like right on the cusp of Gen Z, so I feel more millennial than Gen Z, which isn't a flex. I'd rather be with it than not, especially in an age where like anything will date you. It's a very uncomfortable feeling to be out of touch with Gen Z, and now there's Gen Alpha to worry about. Like, has my time came and went? Obviously, it's never too late to make a name for yourself, but like, I feel like the cultural zeitgeist of Gen Z is pretty fleeting, and I don't know if I'm fully engaged in it. Anyways, this is why it's called an art vlog. I start going off on just the most random things, but it's kind of like a window into my state of mind at a certain moment. Even though the word vlog, this is going back to the conversation I just had with myself. Yeah, no one says vlog anymore. Maybe I gotta change the name. I feel like vlogs should be evergreen. We're still in the short form content meta right now. There is definitely an audience out there for this kind of stuff. I mean, as long as YouTube is kind of like winning at the attention game, which I don't know if they are. I think if you gauge different metrics, then like you could argue that TikTok is, of course, the all-round champion there. But I don't know, like, I don't know what I'd do without YouTube. That's the thing. It's literally like just such a core part of my life. Part of why that's the reason is because you have long-form content. Actually, that's the entire reason. You know, you just want to feel connected. You want to feel like you're part of someone's community. You want to feel like you know the person. That's why I think vlog content is here to stay. Because this is how we're telling stories. That's essentially what's going on here, is like YouTube became the place to tell stories. And we've been telling stories since the dawn of man. I hate saying man in that context. Let's mix it up. Let's say the dawn of women. Let's fucking go. Well, now his right leg is just floating, but maybe he's like in the process of crossing his legs. Nah, what's the point in that? Also, one of these looks longer. Well, okay, you know what? It's just the knee looks weird. These are still unrealistic leg proportions, but I think I can live with this. Oh, I got hands to do still. Son of a frick. This is my pace. This is how fast I go. I've been told that I go super lightning fast. I've been told that I go incredibly slow, but you know what? It's not about speed. You just need to be like engaged the whole way. Yeah, he's got the 70s flare boot cut look. I wouldn't say 70s, but you know, that's when they were the most popular. We gotta wrap it up here. I say that as if I have already drawn the hands. I have not. I'm not gonna draw the feet, even though the feet are very basic. It's like literally like this Paul McCartney cartoon-esque thing. I'm gonna crop this probably right around here. Okay, I might need reference for the hands. It's not every day you hold like a staff over your head like this. This, I think I'm just gonna do like a gorilla grip on it. Gorilla grip. I am kind of rushing this. You shouldn't rush your art, but there's kind of a challenge aspect that I can respect. Don't settle, you know. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this pinky. Don't get me started on the other hand. Too many times have I just started drawing hands, got to a place where I think it looks good, except for one thing. The thumb is in the opposite position of where it should be. Thus, the entire hand is off. I mean, the pinky is a weird appendage, especially when it's like bunched up around something or itself. It becomes like this weird, the camera's right here. It becomes a weird thing to draw. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it good there. I know it's like still got some messy edges and whatnot, and I'm definitely gonna go over the hands again, but all things considered, it's a pretty good first attempt, if I do say myself. Myself. Yeah, there's Alastor. I'll render all of these, but I just wanted to get to this point. Transition in 3, 2, 1. Day 2. So now we're getting into kind of weirder territory. Maybe still mainstream by some measures, but there's a noticeable jump in furriness with this next character. And that is Task Manager from Deltarune. Yep. Oh, you think it's bad now? Just wait. I don't think I'm gonna have a lot to say other than she's easily the most, like, you know, attractive of the three, and the internet seems to think so. So yeah, I'm not gonna feel guilty. She's RoboCat mommy. Let's be honest here, gentlemen and ladies and chronically online individuals. I'm gonna start out talking about kind of the pose I had in mind. That is like a very good circle. Hold on. You can't see it, but I have another canvas open, and it has a stock image of a girl holding a cat to her face, and I thought that would be very on brand with her, considering she's like the tamer of cats. I think we're looking at kind of this. Task Manager, when chapter 2 of Deltarune came out, like people were just going insane over this character, and I had the same exact reaction. I saw that she was taking rounds on like furry Twitter and other places, and I was like, I have to know where this is from. I was not a Deltarune / Undertale guy beforehand, but then I saw her and I was like, wow, these character designs are like very unique. They strike such an uphill, but there's something you never seen before. So yeah, her head is not this shape. I'm just so prone to like going off of a sphere. Her head is more like, I don't know what you'd call this, probably like a pistachio. UFO shaped. I actually did draw Task Manager when she made her debut. I am definitely not new to this character the way I was with Alastor. Let's get this Tasque in here. Tasque. Let's see, how do I'm bringing a 2D thing to a 3-dimensional piece. Let's start with like a basic diamond shape. I just had an idea. There's gonna be like sparks flying in between them. That'd be so freaking cute. So here's the head of the Tasque. The Tasque, of course, is the cat. You get it. My dogs are chasing flies in my room. These ears are so weird shaped, man. The symmetry is so bad, but I don't know, it works. Okay, about to give her sketchy face. Big old Garfield grin. I've got to do her squinting. I love drawing eyes open because it poses a challenge. Well, not usually, but squinting is kind of it feels like a cop-out, but sometimes you gotta. Like, how could I not? It's just the best way to express the emotion that I'm trying to go for. That was a certified bro who asked moment. I'll probably put a mark there to let future me know that there's gonna be some definition here. Three-dimensionality, because her head kind of does this. Let's see. I really want to get the expression that I'm seeing with this cat, but I don't know how. Like, the cat's just like, what are you doing to me? Leave me alone. This is a very squinty piece. Its face is just kind of drooping like this, but I don't know how to express that. I'll figure it out later. Abba, shut up. Can't forget that tail. Let's see. Yeah, let's have her tail going above her head. Let's see. Yeah. Dude, she's so cute. I can't. I feel like I don't need to explain why she's a legitimate crush of mine. If ever there was one in this first episode, it is her. Give me a break, man. Give me a break. She literally like gives off Hatsune Miku vibes. I think beyond like her color scheme, it's the fact that she's like a robo cat girl. Like, come on. It's such an online character to crush on and simp for. But hey, I'm all about honesty in these videos. I don't know, I'm just trying things. So now, let's put you at 15% opacity. I'll start with her, of course. She's the centerpiece. I've run out of things to say. Another character from Deltarune that I'm drawn to. It's not like a crush. I do find him really cute, Ralsei. Ralsei is freaking adorable. And then the story. What Toby Fox is able to pull off, the emotions that he's able to capture in mere pixels is just, it's unparalleled. I don't know how he does it, but he is a big inspiration on me. He even influenced me to do some of my own pixel art. Alrighty. Well, this is just filler. I had a lot to say with the other one because, you know, anytime Zivzy Pop is brought up, you're gonna have a lot to say. Just coming back to these characters, I'm realizing now I picked great ones. And you know what? It's like the 3rd anniversary of Deltarune Chapter 2, which the fact that we're celebrating like the anniversary of a chapter of a game series, it's kind of sad. I know Chapter 3 is right around the corner. Well, it should be, I think. And with Chapter 3, there's probably gonna be a select handful of characters that the internet's just gonna go absolutely AWOL over, which, yeah, I'm excited, considering what a smash success Chapter 2 was. I have nostalgia for that moment. It was, you know, October, it was like the first sign of fall in 2021. I was getting ready to go to my first FurCon. That was like a whole deal. I remember at one point I was trying to sell my old clunker of a vehicle before I actually went on my trip, and one of the biggest projects, I guess you could say, to get it ready to sell was buffing it out and painting it. So I have these vivid memories of hopping on my laptop, watching Deltarune playthroughs while I drew Task Manager, of course, and then I'd go outside before the sun went down, wax and polish my vehicle, and I was just very eager with anticipation because that was actually my first time out of state. Man, that was fun. That was an interesting time in my furry evolution. That was like kind of before I decided, yep. And flash forward now, and I'm kind of like back on the fence with everything furry related. But yeah, like 2021, 2022, that's kind of when I like dove right in and I made a splash, and then I kind of like waited at the kiddie end of the pool, not knowing what to do. And now I'm kind of drying off. This is such a weird analogy. but every once in a while I dip my toes back in. I'm still very involved in the community. I don't think I can consider myself an ex-furry, even though I've been on record saying that. I don't think it's possible. I've made my best friends in the fandom, and I can't abandon them. And you know, of course, when we get together, we're gonna talk about furry stuff. So it's like not in your control, really. Her design is so simplistic, it's kind of a godsend for artists. Okay, these ears are very particular. I think I'm gonna actually just use my straight edge tool. Straight edge, dude? What the frick? Is this mid-century Europe? Oh, no, we got a problem. We got a problem. You think you're good at symmetry until you flip the canvas. This might be a very subtle thing, but I think I gotta push this a little bit. Now I gotta move this one. I'm being so anal over this. Okay, are we good? Wow, actually a pretty significant jump there. All right, now these stupid tasks. Stupid task. I feel bad saying that, even though it's not a real creature. Perspective, it's fun. Yeah, I very much just wing perspective on things. Like, if it looks convincing enough, that's all you need. Art is impressionism. Nah, I don't think I'm giving it a mouth. So I won't hesitate to kind of add some semblance of three-dimensionality to these creatures. They've got like a very Picasso quality to them. So I quite dig the idea of lines not making sense here. Maybe I'm actually gonna do that, kind of going off of what I just said. That looks like a task, right? Hips don't lie. Don't say that, dude. She canonically has like, am I really gonna say this? Birthing hips? Like someone, they knew what they were doing. Let's just be honest. I'm gonna kind of do an x-ray on these fingers so I can see what's going on underneath. That's a very helpful tool for artists. Does she have 4 digits? Yes, she does. You heard it here first, she's a Simpson character. Her thumbs also remind me of cheese puffs, like the puffy Cheetos. You know what I'm saying? I embrace the cringe. I embrace the lol cow. Don't clip that. I never said that. I don't embrace the lol cow. I think I'm riding on thin ice, kinda. If people end up like hate watching me and just clicking to see whatever like weird situation I get myself into next, then I mean, as long as it pays the bills. I'm not gonna engage with that audience, but I understand the psychology of like why lol cows are lol cows. It's really kind of a feat to dig yourself into a situation where you're like just nonstop, unadulterated cringe. And I mean cringe in an objectively like off-putting way. Like once you're in that deep, it's really hard to get out. You have to like kind of accept what has become of you. You can lean into the cringe, don't get me wrong. That is a method to handle that kind of attention, but don't lean into it too hard. Don't address things that don't need to be addressed. I need to make a video essay on just this subject. Sorry for the monologue. The fact that I was engaged in that for the full duration means you had to witness me drawing these hands. If you turn to my right, you can watch paint dry. Let me just kind of see what is going on here to jog my memory. Just a basic shape. I was thinking there's kind of like this fringe thing that you see on chords. But no, it's just one of these. Like old-fashioned lamp plugs, I guess. I want to be able to see the 2 prongs. I think that's where I went wrong. I didn't go wrong, I had an idea and I didn't execute it. I just got an idea to give her kind of a witch hat because it's Halloween. I mean, maybe I'll do an edit. Sparks. Just a little zit, zit. Oh my gosh, I love it. I'll clean that up in the render. Electric nuzzle. Electric nuzzle. I'm gonna say the cliche of that sounds like a band name. I don't know what genre it would be. Probably whatever Baby Metal's doing. That or it's hyperpop. Hyperpop emo trap. Yeah, but there she is. There she is. 2 down, 1 to go. I'm not looking forward to where we're headed. I'll just say that. All right, we're back with number 3. This is the moment I've been dreading, and you'll know why. Let me just kind of get into the motion of things. Thankfully, no one's here to hear me ramble about this character because, like, if they were, they'd probably have the same questions I'm sure you will be having. How do I break this one in? So, I have been in the process of revisiting some childhood TV shows and media I consumed. You know, I'm kind of just on that nostalgia hype like most of my generation is. We're freaks for nostalgia. I revisited a show that I watched pretty frequently, and it was directed towards like late toddler age demographic, basically. And I am talking specifically about Between the Lions. Okay, if you know Between the Lions, you probably know where this is headed, but I chose Cleo, aka the mother figure from Between the Lions. Maybe I should pad this one out because, yeah, I don't want to give my audience whiplash. First of all, she's a puppet. Okay. Arguably, that's kind of like the most cursed thing about this, is she's a puppet. I've never like, it's you know, I think more people relate to like Kanga as a crush, and I'll just say she fits that same role. This is like the perfect representation of a character that I just, like, whenever she gets screen time, like, it makes me happy. That's basically what's going on here with most of these brushes. So let's get into it. Let's start drawing. I kind of had a loose idea of what to do here, and I'm gonna be using this space. I kind of have to like make up my own headcanon of what her cartoonized anthro proportions would be. She's really got that puppet build. Kind of want to like have her sitting. Should I just draw a chair? What does a sitting area look like at a library? Let's start there. Should I have her sitting on an ottoman? Right now it's looking like that character from Mystery Science Theater. Did I get the name of that right? Y'all, I hate to do it. this is not clicking with me. I gotta blow it up. Sorry, precious time wasted. So here's the idea, I guess. This is extremely left field. So there exists an episode in my quest to revisit my childhood. It came up and I watched it. There is an odd moment in there. The main plot had something to do with typewriters. The episode was Click Clack Moo, I believe. In it, there's a moment where Theo, the father figure / husband to Cleo, is all like, "Oh, Cleo, I love the way you say typewriter." And then she lowers her tone to this like chilling, seductive tone, like unnecessarily seductive, and repeats typewriter very slowly to him. I was like, what did I just watch? So I'm gonna attempt to draw a typewriter. This is something I'll definitely need to find resource for, because who the hell knows what a typewriter looks like off the top of their head? Unless you ancient. There's like doodads on the side, right? Helps you control something. I don't know. And then, of course, we can't forget the roll of paper inside. And then the buttons. Boop. You know, if I was playing like Pictionary or something, I think this kind of slaps. Like, this works. So she's at the desk with a typewriter. I think that's what we're going with. Yo, I want her to be cross-legged still. This is all sorts of interesting. I'm not trying to give her curve, all right? Okay, maybe a little bit. Hey. She's got that motherly instinct, and you know, it's not new for someone to be attracted to that. This isn't some foreign concept. It's just that she's A, technically a puppet, and B, from a children's TV show. But I will just say, I know I'm not alone because, yeah, a certain image hosting website gave that away. Come on, man, I have to do some fan service, even if the fan is me. I have to do some level of fan service, okay? My maniacal goal is to get people to see what I see. Oh no, I've done it. I've done it, haven't I? I've done it! Are you sold yet? Oh my gosh, dude. Now I'm thinking she needs an office chair. She's kind of serving up like business exec mommy vibes. This is the big part. Ready? Oh my gosh. Click, clack, moo. I'm trying to remember like what vowel sound they were highlighting in this one. Like every episode is a lesson in how a vowel sounds. So sometimes it's like long I sound, sometimes it's short I sound. Typewriter. Like, it must have been the long I, right? That's the letter you'd kind of single out, make it glow. Like, this is what we're teaching on this program today. I'll do like a classic between the lines speech bubble. I can't believe this is what I decided to go with. This is a wild fan art. Usually I like those zany fan servicey ones. And by fan service, I don't just mean like make the character very busty or whatever. Like sometimes I like to add an element of lore, especially with my save for work pieces, because then it's kind of like you're not only doing a fan art of the character, but you're doing a fan art of the property that they belong in. Well, we gotta give her a good old lioness tail. Yeah. Okay, shut up. Don't do sussy vocal inflections right now. She's got this very ornate neck piece that I think has kind of African origins. Scratch that. It definitely does. She's also got an earring. Yeah, she's got these like hanging dingly things. Oh my gosh, it's coming together better than I thought it would. Yes, I'm drawing over my other drawings. Don't fret. We've got it under control. Oh, ooh, I love when my design instincts come out. This is what I was thinking. Now what do I do here though? Backrest or something? Oh, you know what? You can put like a square pillow. Yeah, there's a sketch. I'm gonna lower the opacity and begin. Okay, I gotta find a typewriter ref because I don't know how big these things run. Holy crap, get out of town, dude. I'd have better luck drawing the Antikythera mechanism. What the hell is going on here? Like, it's got so many working parts. Let's save the typewriter for last. That's how you know that it's gonna be a challenge. What a lot of artists will do, especially when drawing like a curvy female, and this is an art lesson, don't be thinking whatever you're thinking. And they're gonna be sitting in like a leaning pose, or, you know, they're kind of leaning in. And a lot of artists will maintain this hourglass shape. That isn't always the way things work. Okay, the torso is actually gonna follow the posture of the back. We're not gonna have any weird divots like that. So let me go back here and kind of figure out how I would actually draw that. So we've got an inward leaning shoulder. I'm gonna put clothes on her. Actually, wait, does it have clothes? Well, that's gonna add something to think about. I'm not gonna just make her naked, although I could, without exposing any details. But like, if I'm drawing a realistic body, then it's like, then you gotta put clothes on. You wouldn't show that in front of kids. You can't forget. But low-key though, breasts can be very tricky to understand. I don't think I'm qualified to know exactly what to say if I might change it later. So I'm just gonna dink around and see what works. I can put a bra on her, like, just to make you and I less uncomfortable. Well, actually, no, I've got this idea for an outfit. I think she might be wearing like a tube top. Yep, we're going for it. It's gonna be her other arm. That's gonna be her hand, minus the fingers. It's one thing at a time. And if you ask me, I'm not ready for that part. Sometimes when I'm drawing like a furry character, anthro character with fur, I'll deliberately like make messy lines because it kind of looks like the fur doing its thing. Okay, here is my favorite part, because I feel so accomplished once I've figured out the head and face. Then everything else just kind of goes naturally. So actual lions. They got lips, man. Now, how anatomically correct do I want this to be? Draw a big cartoonish lion nose. Just kind of got like these Anubis-inspired eyelashes, I think. Something's up here. Is it this? Okay. No, we got issues. What's going on here? Just the sketch, it looks so much better. Okay, I'm kind of walking back this lip definition here. For some reason, the sketch just captured exactly what I was going for, and now when I'm adding detail, I'm kind of losing it. Well, first of all, it looks like she has no teeth back there. Let's fix that. Do I get rid of it entirely? Okay. We have to have this. It's part of what makes a lion a lion. I'm losing it, guys. First of all, let's make her smile again. It's a very confusing expression right now. So I'm gonna get rid of those teeth because we need to convey that she's making kind of like an A noise, like a ah. And if you're showing the teeth in the back, then it looks like you're making an E sound. See how that like made things better though? When you draw characters making an E sound, it kind of looks like they're grimacing. So yeah, I'm probably gonna leave it just like that, honestly. I love how on brand that monologue was with the topic of Between the Lions. Guys, come on. Say it with me. Cleo is not bad looking. I've debated if this shoulder blade would come into play. I think it would look something like that. You have to kind of like put yourself in the same position and see what's sticking out, what's twisted, what's contorted. And for this neck piece, I'm not gonna worry too much about the detail right now because holy crap. That neck piece and that typewriter should get in a room together. All right, I think we're looking at Cleo from Between the Lions in a manner you would have never before thought you'd see. Okay, let's do some, I was gonna say butt action. No, let's do something here. How to assimilate weight in a sitting position. Weight on the butt. Depends on what you're doing, but you can't go wrong with like making it kind of flat. That would mean that you need to kind of distribute some of that weight, or else it just looks like she's a flatty. Sorry guys, I'm a flatty. So I gave her a tube top. I feel like naturally speaking, I gotta do like a skirt or something. We'll come around when we come around. We'll be coming around the mountain when we come. Okay, good, stop saying come now. Count on us internet gremlins to ruin a perfectly normal and very essential word in the English language. So here we kind of have to put our thinking caps on, kind of imagine what this other leg's doing in the background. And I think the leg is coming out kind of like this. So let's see, this knee is kind of coming out like that, if that's the case. Knees are another thing I kind of BS. I've drawn enough to where I kind of know what's going on here. This makes her right leg seem stumpy, like just really short. And I'm saying right because I flipped the canvas. Yeah, so I think we want to do that. What the? Dude, like my dad is on the roof right now. You know how wild it would be to actually capture him falling through the roof? Sorry, Dad, I'm not commenting on anything. All right, I'm working on the typewriter. I don't know. So we got these two printer heads. I can identify that much. Never in a million years did I think I'd ever have to draw a typewriter. Oh, Burnaby Busterfield, what am I doing? This is insane. Dude, I'm sure this is an autistic special interest. I'm sure someone out here is like, not like that, dude, what are you doing? All right, I'm so done with that thing. Let's move on to the chair. Are you getting comfy? Let's see. I've had a much better time with the chair, even as ornate as I'm making it. Okay, I'm going to experiment with a dress. Don't know if it'll stick. Probably go up like this. Actually, if I can do this amazingly the first time, then yeah, let's do a dress. I guess my main concern is how is it gonna be draped? Ooh, is this working for me? Not like that. Oh my gosh, I always forget something. In this case, it's the tail, but you know what, that excites me because I'm already in love with what's going on here. So the tail is just gonna add that much more. All right, now time to memify this piece. Typewriter. Oh, that's literally how she said it. Perfect. There we go. I know I gotta do the detail in her neck piece, but I think we've gotten to the point where we can call this a finished line layer or whatever. And yeah, let's just bask in the glory of what I just did. I mean, can I be proud? I'm proud of all of these. Yeah, I need to fix Alastor's hand, obviously. But yeah, this turned out very well. All right, outro time. You want to be part of this? There he is. So I hope this was entertaining. I know this is a format that I've seen kind of done before on YouTube. It's usually childhood crushes, I've noticed. and it's a step further to actually draw them, so that's what I wanted to do here. I just find this sort of thing so fascinating. Why do we latch on to characters the way we do? So on that note, I want to know, what are your concerning fictional crushes? They don't have to be contemporary, they can be from your childhood, and they don't have to be anything weird, like I've been saying. It can be just a character you like to see on the screen. What I'm thinking I might do is I might do a part 2 to this, and I might handpick and draw some of yours if I feel they are interesting enough. So, like, subscribe. We're going to be doing more content like this, along with my, I'd say regular Spot Thought series, because it's kind of like my main go-to thing to make. But in all actuality, these will probably pick up better than those. We're on YouTube. Who knows what's going to happen? So yeah, you can find both a combination of this really stupid, zany, off-the-cuff, unscripted style videos where I basically vlog my art process. And on the other hand, you can find my thoughtful commentary videos. So if either of these camps appeals to you, then I do encourage a like and a subscribe. Beyond that, my socials are the following. My Kara is @MarsKid. It's MAARZKID. My Blue Sky is just MarsKid. My Telegram is @MarsKid_art. I handle less formal greetings there. And my business email is marskid.art@gmail.com. And with that out of the way, big cheers. I'll catch you legends on another day. Gotta bounce.